Welcome back to Zaph the Math Coach, where math is made simple, easy, and convenient. I got you at the end of the day. Now remember, if you haven't hit the subscription button as yet, do go ahead and subscribe. What are you waiting on? I got you at the end of the day. Now for today's lesson, we'll be looking on that would be multiplying matrix. When I say multiply matrix, over on that is my left. This is the formula that we're going to be using to solve for this specified matrix here. So in this case, everything that is over here, we're just going to be relating it to over here. In this case, let us look on that would be the type of matrix that it is first. So we're looking at that would be how we call that would be the matrix. We look for the number of rows. So we're seeing one row here, and I'll definitely put that would be the arrow that you can identify it. And then we have another row here. So right away, we are currently seeing that we have two rows, followed by now we have that is one column here and another column. Think of the columns of that would be a building, the support beam that keeps the building up. Those would be the columns. So remember, columns, they go up and down. Now, in this case, we have this matrix being a 2 rows, 2 columns. So it would be classified as a 2 by 2 matrix. Stick with me now, I got you. If you haven't liked the videos yet, go ahead, like the video. What are you waiting on? I got you. Now let us go ahead and solve it now. We're going to be saying now, this right here, the -3 is in relation that is to the first 2 by 2 matrix here. So -3, we're going to call it, that would be A1, that would be the 1, we call it, that would be B1, -2, we call it C1, and 0, we call it, that would be D1. The same rule will be applied to here. Only the difference is 0 is going to be A2, -1, B2, 4, C2, and 1 is going to be D2 in this case. Now, let us go ahead and multiply the matrix. Let us go ahead and solve it right away. Remember, when we're doing matrix and multiplying matrix, it is rows by the columns. So hence the reason I gave you the differentiation. The rows, they go across. It would be like row your boat. I got you, I got you. I know, stick with me, I got you. And the columns, remember, they are going up and down, all right? So here we go. Now let us look at what it is saying now. Let us go ahead and solve it. So stick with me. We have the -3 right here, which is A1. So the -3, we're going to be timesing it. What are we going to be timesing it by? So we times it the row by, that is the column. So we have -3 times 0. So that is the first thing that we're going to be doing, because it says A1 times A2. So this is A1 and this is A2. And then we're going to be adding it right here. Let us put our addition sign. And then now we are going to say that is B1 times C2. So B1 right here now, B1 is going to be right here times that is C2, and C2 lies right here. So remember, it's rows times the columns. So we have B1, let me put the B1 right here, which the B1 is 1, so we're not going to put the B1, I got you, stick with me. So we have, that is the 1, and then we're going to times it by, right away, the 4. Are we finished? No, we're not finished. We're continuing with, that is the same row times the second column right away. So we have A1, which A1, remember A1, stick with me, is -3, and then we're going to be timesing it by, it says B2. B2 in this case is -1, so we times it by, that is -1. We're not finished as yet. We have now B1. It says B1, which B1 in this case is B1 right here, times that would be D2. Remember, it's rows times columns. So we have, we're going to put that would be definitely our addition sign. You know we're supposed to be adding them whilst we're multiplying them. I got you. Now, this is going to be the case. We have now this one here that is in, that is, where were we? We have this one that was in B1, definitely. So we put it right here, being the 1 times that would be D2. Now in this case, we look where is D2? D2 is right here, so times 1. I got you. Now stick with me. At the end of the day, this is Zaph the Math Coach, where math is made simple, easy, and convenient. If needs be, and you definitely need to take back the video a little bit, not a problem. If needs be and you're feeling overwhelmed a little bit as well, take your time. I got you at the end of the day. Math made simple, easy, and convenient. Now we're finished, that is with the first row. Let us work with that as the second row, and we're going to apply that as the same procedure. We're going to multiply that as the second row times the first column, and then the second row times that is the second column. We have here now negative 2 times 0, then plus 0 times 4. Here we go. If you're following this right here, you'll definitely not go wrong at all. We're not finished now. We still need to multiply the same row times that is the second column here. So we have negative 2 times negative 1. There we go. Reason being it's negative 2 here times that is negative 1 right here. Remember, it gave you C1, all right? And here's C1 times that would be B2, and there is B2. So that's the reason we had that right there. Now we're going to put our plus. Stick with me, I got you. This is the last part of it now. This is the 0 right here. We're going to say the 0, which is indeed the 1 times, last but not least, it says D2, and D2 in this case is 1. Now, if I have lost you, my aim at the end of the day is to ensure that we are on the same pace. I want to know that you know what you're doing. I want to know that you understand at the end of the day. Now let us continue. This is just the last part, and reason being, I'll put that would be one more step before that would be the answer, and this is to show you all working. Let us open that is our bracket. Now what is negative 3 times 0? A number times 0, whether negative or positive, is definitely going to give you 0. Then we have 4 times 1. We have to put our mathematical operation, which in this case is the plus. 4 times 1 is indeed 4. Now, I'll lay it out as simple as possible that you can definitely understand. Remember, I want you at the end of the day, whether you're doing CSEC or in an examination, if it's in an examination, I want you to definitely 100% get that 100%. If it's CSEC, you will be walking away with that distinction. You will be walking away with that grade 1. I got you. Thank you for being here once more. What are you waiting on? Hit that subscription button. I got you. Now, we have right here, and let us continue working, negative 3 times negative 1. And negative times a negative, and I'll put it right here, a negative times a negative gives you that is a positive. So 3 times negative 1 is going to give you that is 3. Now we put our mathematical operation, which is the plus sign, and 1 times 1 is indeed 1. We are not finished. Negative 2 times 0, that is what it is asking. Let the math speak to you. I heard the answer. Wonderful job. That's awesome. 0, right? So we put the 0 down, and then we say 4 times 0. I know you just said it once more. Another 0, right? For sure. So 4 times 0 is 0. Now, last but not least, remember the negative times negatives give you a positive. So negative 2 times negative 1 gives us that is positive 2. Wonderful job. Now we're on the last leg. We're almost finished. Then we put our plus sign, which is our mathematical operation. We have to ensure that we put it back. 1 times 0. You're saying another 0 again? Wonderful job. So we put that as our 0. Now we can definitely go ahead and give that as our answer. And I'll put it right here. Now we have 4 plus 0. You have nothing and you're adding 4 to it. You just said it. 4. Absolutely correct. Now we have our 4, and then 0 plus 0. You have nothing and you're adding nothing to it. You're still with nothing. Wonderful, wonderful. I see you definitely thinking. So we put our 0 right there. Now, what is 3 plus 1? You have $3, and I'm giving you another $1. How much do you now have in total? Math made simply easy and convenient. I told you. 4. There we go. So we put our 4 right there. And last but not least though, we have 2 plus nothing, which is 2 plus 0. You're adding 2 plus nothing. So for a fact, it is, I know you said it also as well, 2. Now, this right here is the answer. Yes, you still get back that is a 2 by 2 matrix, which is absolutely good. So we have that would be the first row being the 4 and the 4, the second row being the 0 and the 2. The columns now, remember, these are the columns that I'm drawing the arrows with. And the rows are right here. Remember, this is Zaph the Math Coach, where math is made simple, easy, and convenient. Thanks for watching. If you haven't hit the subscription button as yet, what are you waiting on? Thank you for being here.